Walk the walk inside the talk. Take it higher, that's a God.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with Tom Brady and the defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Hands up! Lead! 52 right here. 52. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hands up!
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Throwing, Dalton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Two times. 93, 52, 93.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Heavy. Watch the run. They go 368. Check 31.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Rolling to his right. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really be demoralizing.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 41.
Watch the ship. 368. Watch the ship. Greystone, Travis. Hey, watch it.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
2 by 2. Move.
Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. From the gun to give to Mixon. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Another good carry there for the NFL's 2nd leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
They tried a 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40.
Check 50, check 50. Slam, slam, slam. Blue draw, Corker.
They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
3-3. Hey, block 28. Strong right, strong right, strong right. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. No, no, no. Off. Shut go on. No, 66. That's mine.
They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it's 3rd down.
Wait, that 380. Check it, reload. I got you, son. I got you, son. My 52, my 52. We hit. Check. 5. 52 is the mic. I mean, they hit. 52. So bandit. 52 is the mic. You ain't going nowhere. 52 is the mic. Watch Mike. Hey, 66.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Check. Hey. Check. Cross. Hands up.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. He's going to have the first down past the 20 as they'll finally stop him at the 23-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Let's go one more.
Back to Mixon on first down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Hey, Charlie. Check 53's mine. Check 53's mine. Break it. You better break it.
On second down, here's Mixon. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Check three.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And that's intercepted. It's the all-pro corner, Stephon Gilmore. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
I know he ain't got it. Juggers. That's a what. Check. Let's go. Check it, reload.
First down, here's White. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
Defense wins championships, baby. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Shift. Switch. Motion. Pop. Winning hit. Goal 50.
On second down, it's White. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. He swallowed him up. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
Let him know. Check three. Mike, 57. Yeah. You don't want none. Check. Lucky. Regular.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Got a man open. It's Ross. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Dalton. Finding Green complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that makes the score 7-0. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Yeah, Brady's throw there, incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Brady. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Perry comes flying in for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
To throw here, Dalton. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carter. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. Mixon with a first down carry. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Steps away. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 16 yards, a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but Any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
2-by-2. Move. Topper.
Dalton here from the gun. His pass caught at the 4. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They start the drive with White, and he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
They get the guard out of Georgia Tech, Shaq Mason. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, Alabama.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
50. Let's go, D.
On second down, here's Brady. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of returning.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And Dalton to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. The veteran Jason McCourty there to make sure that one didn't find its target. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
368. Push him back. Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
They'll run with Mixon. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Lauren's guy able to bring him down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. 8 yards here, so that gets them back within striking distance. And now it's 3rd down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check right. Check it. Check hot. Kill. Check it, reload. 24. Alert. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 50. Hey, box truck. When he hit, check it.
Shotgun now for Brady. He gets it to Thomas. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
Who's one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brady. That's complete. It's Gordon. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Rip. Switch.
From the gun, it's Brady. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 37.
I'm guessing, partner, that if we're in the huddle with the Patriots right now, there's not a single guy that thinks they have any chance of coming back in this one, especially not with Tom Brady.
Yeah, who's Tom Brady? What's he done in the past as far as comebacks are concerned? They're down right now, but that can... And he coughed it up, and the Bengals grab it. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And this is taken into the end zone, a fumble recovery, and a Cincinnati touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Now a pass here caught by Edelman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Brady, he's going to float this one deep right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. William Jackson with a pick. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 15. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. So Dalton now. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets them back for 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. And it'll be Dalton again. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 26 and a first down. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college.
Now the ball comes loose, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Watch twist.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Dalton, and that's complete. It's Green here. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 17-yard line. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive.
Here you go, 368.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. And not able to get it that time. He hit on 6 straight passes. Not there, 2nd down.
Coverage on the play by Patrick Jones.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby.
Under 10. Under 10. 10. 6-6. Pull it high.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. John Simon in on the stop.
It's a gain of 5.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
With James White, you know that he can catch the football. He was 3rd in the NFL amongst running backs last year with 87 catches. And as we've seen, sometimes they come in bunches. Super Bowl 51, he had 14 grabs, including the winning score last year in the divisional round versus... And my goodness, another interception. It's Nick Perry with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 for a Bengals TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they just had that pick-6. I guess the only positive maybe is they're returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here.
53 Linda! When he hit.
From the 27, Brady. Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now, how many times have we seen that? 3rd down, and Tom Brady turning to old reliable Julian Edelman. There's no Rob Gronkowski now. Edelman, the main holdover, the 33-year-old who was the Super Bowl MVP last season. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. On 1st down, Brady. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Cover!
Again, they'll throw with Brady. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that 72.
Again, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On 2nd down now. It's White, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Check it. 72. We hit.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Preston Brown coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. The critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, orbit. Back to the mic. Mike, back to. Quick, hit. All day, baby. All day. Hey, 66.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 13 and a New England 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. That's complete to White. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12.
I got you. Hey, switch gears. Alert! Let's go. Watch twist. 50.
Brady now to throw. He's got him in, complete. It's Julian Edelman. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Into the red zone, it's Brady. That's caught by the tight end, Lacoste. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a play fake. Brady. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
He's checking. Crash.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Michel going to try again. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. This is 3rd and goal, still looking for the first points of the game. Working from the gun. It's Brady to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school.
Williams loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first.